This is all Mosaic Church's core values. So the entire church, the values of the church and how we function. This is it. Healthy families create a healthy church. Number 1, family first. Ministry to the whole family is essential. So we're not just ministering to the adults. We're not just ministering to the babies. We're ministering to all of everybody. Everybody gets a ministry. If we equip families to grow in their faith, we'll create an amazing, healthy church community. So that's the goal. Healthy family, healthy church. The healthy church doesn't create a healthy family. The healthy family creates the healthy church. So honor the person in front of you. We are determined to have a culture of honor. We honor all of our team members who faithfully give their time, and we honor all of our guests. The person in front of you is the most important. So if you're having a conversation with somebody and somebody else walks up to you, do your best to say, give me 2 seconds, and finish that conversation with the first person. It's just honorable. If somebody is really struggling and you have the time and the ability to pour into them, then do that. If you literally don't have the time, then try and reconnect with them later and say, hey, I really have to go and do this thing, but I'd love to talk to you, whatever. Then talk to them. Excellence. We go beyond expectations. We think through the details and choose to go beyond just good enough to excellent. Good is the enemy of great. Our staff and leaders have a mentality of we own everything. There is no such thing as that's not my job. So for y'all, it's pretty straightforward. You rehearse and then you sing. You rehearse and then you play, whatever. But when it comes to anything else, so you're a leader in students. If somebody asks you to pick up some trash that fell and you just happen to be standing next to it, pick it up. That's not my job. That's not my trash. That's not my whatever. Just do it, and do it with a servant heart. So that's the whole point. If you're leading, you're serving. So, which it kind of doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. Because if you're leading a team, if you're leading a church into worship, then you're actually serving them by showing them, like, this is the song we're going to sing. We're leading you into worship. You're doing that out of servitude. You're not doing it, look at me, I'm the best. This is how I sing so pretty. Like, no, it's not about you. It's about God. So it's about helping them get to God. It's about helping God get to them. You're the in-between. You're the servant leader. So that's why it's called a servant leader, because you're leading, but you're actually in service through the leadership. So yeah, pick up the trash. Holiness. We do our best, or we live our best when no one is looking. The Bible is our standard, and we live by it every day, not just on Sundays. So you're not just holy on Wednesdays and Sundays. It's an everyday conversation. Redemption and reconciliation is our nature. So if somebody screws you over, redemption is our nature. If you have a giant argument and falling out with somebody, reconciliation is our nature. If you are on Sundays and Wednesdays, Jesus, and then on Mondays and Tuesdays, you're bleep, 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 that's an issue. That's not how we live. Holiness is we are always living our best when no one is looking. So please don't be one of those people that shows up on Sunday and acts like a literal angel and then goes just school on Monday and is a terrorist. Please don't do that. All right, unity. We are as one, all in. You've heard it a bajillion times. Jesus said, make them as one as we are one. So that's our prayer. We go together or we don't go at all. We reach for each other as one body of believers. We are at Mosaic, we are staff-led and team-driven. So the staff leads, but then the team drives. So I am leading y'all, but y'all are driven because of y'all. Y'all are driven because you guys are driven. I'm not driving you. So yeah, as one all in. If you have any suggestions ever, a song suggestions, like I try to always ask y'all for song suggestions. If y'all have anything like that, then you let me know, please. Generosity. We give freely of our time, talent, and treasure. If you're not giving to the church, this is just like a thing just a thought. If you have a job and you're not giving to the church, like you're not tithing 10%, really pray about that. If you have a job, you should be tithing 10% and giving back to the church, and to God, because it's his money in the first place. But if you don't have a job you can do what you're doing now, which is giving of your time, talent, and treasure, or time and talent. Treasure is your money. Your time and talent by this is not a job, it's a lifestyle, and we embrace it. We leverage our spiritual gifts to be used by God. We are cheerful givers. So the gift of, or the skill of, or whatever you want to call it, of music, of worship, all of those things, those are things that we give out of the love and appreciation that we have for Jesus. We give those things freely. So we're not getting paid to lead worship. This isn't even part of my job, and I work at the church, but this isn't part of my job. This is just a thing that I really want to do and I really like to do, and God has given me the gift to be able to do this, and so I'm going to do it. So I don't feel like you have a problem with that, but just as a reminder, we need to be generous, and we need to, it's not volunteer until you get burnt out. That's a huge thing. Don't say yes to everything, but the things that you feel like God are telling you to say yes to those things and be generous. And the tithing thing. Collaboration. We refuse to do it alone. So we want to collaborate. It's why I try to ask for songs and stuff like that y'all want to sing, or things that are on your heart, because collaboration empowers us to make better decisions. It gives us access to each other's resources, and we get the buy-in of those that we're working with. So y'all singing the songs that are on your heart makes more sense, because y'all are the one leading worship. I'm not the one leading worship. So I shouldn't only choose the songs that I feel like should be in there, or the songs that are hitting me really hard, because y'all are the ones doing it. So it's going to give you buy-in to want to do these sets and stuff, because they're songs that are hitting y'all. And empowerment is the last one. We build platforms for people to serve. So we embrace talents and giftings. We share the vision and freely give ministry away. We believe that everyone is a piece of the puzzle that makes the whole picture. So building platforms for people to serve. It's the reason why I'm off the platform. It's the reason why, in general, the goal is that adults don't hold the microphones during student worship. We want y'all to be able to serve and y'all to be able to lead as students. So if you ever feel like you're not being utilized and you want to have a different platform or more platforms in order to serve, and it's not selfish, if it's because you love Jesus and actually want to further his kingdom, then talk to me about it. And there's plenty of opportunities. There's opportunities on Sundays, opportunities on Wednesdays for y'all to be able to serve outside of just being on the stage. So those are our core values. And basically, those are all things that don't just apply at the church. You can take them wherever you go. So what is a core value that you see being lived out at the church the most? And that's on Sundays or Wednesdays. So out of all of those core values, and if you need to remember what they are, then go back and listen. Out of all those core values, what are the ones that you think are being lived out the most? Like, what do you see the most? For example, I really love whenever I'm having a conversation with another person and somebody else comes and kind of interrupts without meaning to, not being mean or anything, but kind of interrupts, and that person doesn't look away from me and move on to the next thing. They continue to have the conversation, and then I'm like, okay, thank you, blah, 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 I'm good, and I move on, and I'm done with that conversation, and then they go on to the next conversation. That makes me feel important and appreciated, and I think that makes a lot of people feel important and appreciated. So, yeah, let me know, and I'll see you later.